Hi, I'm your narrator. We are reading 2 Kings 2. Elijah and Elisha were on their way to Gilgal, and the Lord was just about to take Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. Please stay here, for the Lord has sent me to Bethel. No, I will not stay here. I will come with you. So Elisha and Elijah went to Bethel. Then the prophets of Bethel came to Elisha and said, "Do you know that the Lord will take your master into heaven?" "Yes, I know that." Elijah went to Elisha. "Please stay here, because the Lord has sent me to Jericho." But Elisha said back to Elijah, "As the Lord lives, and as you yourself live, I will not leave you." So Elijah and Elisha went off to Jericho. When they stood at the Jordan, he took his cloak and rolled it up, and he struck the water, and it split the water end to end, and it was dry land. 2 Kings 3. I am King Joram. "Moab, where is the money that you owe me for tribute?" "We're not paying you anymore, and in fact we're declaring war." "Bring it on, we'll see who the real victor is." "Hey, Judah and Samaria, would you mind helping me fight Moab?" "Yeah, sure. Why not? But let's go through the desert of Edom." So they agreed to go through the desert of Edom, but later on, "All of our men are dying of thirst, and we need some help." "I am King Jehoshaphat. Let's go find Elisha. I know that he can do miracles. Maybe he'll give us water." "Who has called me?" "We're trying to get the Moabites to fight them, but we need water." "Say no more and get me a harp. When I play, God will give me a vision." As Elisha played the harp, God told Elisha that he would fill the valley they were in with water. The next day, when the sun rose on the water that filled the valley, the Moabite army looked at the glare and thought it was a giant pool of blood. They thought the Israelites were attacking each other. "Look, guys, Israel is killing each other. Let's go finish them off." "All right, guys, get them." The Israelites, Samaritans, and Judahites completely destroyed the Moabites. "I'm being completely destroyed." So the Israelites took everything, and they wrecked everything in the land of Moab. Two Kings 4, 1 through 17. One wife of a son of a prophet came to Elisha. "Help me, my husband has died, and now his creditor is coming to take away my 2 boys." "How can I help you? What do you have in your house?" "Nothing except for a small jar of olive oil." "Ask all of your neighbors and see if they have any jars that they will give to you. Go inside of your house and close the door behind you and your sons. Pour the olive oil into each jar until they are full." The woman did as Elisha had said, and she filled up every jar she had collected. "Son, pass me another jar."
"But we have no more jars."
The woman came to Elisha. "Go, sell your oil and pay off your debts. You and your sons will live with the rest." Elisha then went to Shunem. He met a woman there and asked her for some food. "I am the Shunammite woman." "Sure." Every time Elisha came by that way, he came into the house and ate food from the woman. "I know that this is a holy man of God who is continually passing my way. I will make a small room on the roof with walls and put there for him a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp, so that whenever he comes to us, he can go in there." The next time he came for food, he ended up sleeping in the room that was built for him. In that room, he talked to Gehazi, his servant. "The woman whose house we sleep in is being very gracious, but what does she get in return? Tell her to come up here. I want to talk to her." "I am Gehazi. Shunammite woman, come upstairs. Elisha would like to talk to you." "What do you want?" You have been very kind to me by letting me sleep in your house and eat from your food. What do you want in return? I do not need anything in return. Well, there must be something that she wants. She has no son, and her husband is well aged. Good idea. Go tell her to come up here again. Shunammite woman, come upstairs again. Elisha would like to talk to you. Because you have been so kind to me and my servant, next year at about this time you are going to have a son. Do not lie to me. I am not. Elisha was not lying to her. At about that time, a year from then, she had a son. 2 Kings 4, 18 through 37. The child grew up, and one day he went with his father into the field. All of a sudden, the son fell on the ground.
Ow, my head hurts.
Servant, carry my son to his mother. Yes, sir. You do not look well.
I don't feel well.
After sitting on his mother's lap till noon, he died. She laid him in the bed that was made for Elisha and wept. Servant, come with me and we will find Elisha and bring him back here. He might be able to bring my son back to life. The woman and her servant set out to find Elisha, and they found him on Mount Carmel. Elisha and his servant Gehazi saw that the woman was coming, so he sent out his servant to greet her. Servant, go and meet her and say, are you all right? Shunammite woman, are you all right? How is your family? Everything is fine. The Shunammite woman climbed up the mountain to meet Elisha. When she came to the top, she fell on her face and grabbed hold of his feet. Get off the ground. Do not touch my master. Leave her alone, because she is very sad. Why are you sad? The son you had promised I would have fell sick and died. Did you deceive me? I did not. Gehazi, take my staff and go to the woman's house. If anyone greets you, you do not talk to them. Go straight to her home and lay the staff on the boy's face. I will not leave you by yourself here. Come with me back to my home. I will. But Gehazi, run ahead and lay the staff on the boy's face. We will go to her home. Gehazi ran ahead and laid the staff on the child, but nothing happened. Elisha and the woman came back. I did all that you had told me to do, but the child did not wake up. See for yourself. Are you all right? You are right. The child is still not alive. Can you two leave this room? Okay, sure. Elisha lay on the child with his mouth on his mouth, and his hands on his hands, and his eyes on his eyes. The boy became warm. The child sneezed 7 times and opened his eyes. Gehazi, go and get the woman, for her son is alive again. Shunammite woman, come upstairs, for your son is alive. The woman came and fell at the feet of Elisha. She picked up her child, and she went out. 2 Kings 4, 38 through 44. Elisha went to Gilgal, and there was a famine in the land. Elisha was sitting with the sons of the prophets. Gehazi, set out a pot of stew so they can eat. I will do so. Gehazi went into the field to gather herbs and stumbled across a wild vine with gourds on it. This would go good in a stew. He did not know what they were, but he put them in the stew anyways. He served out the stew. Here you go. What did you put in here? It tastes as though you put death in a pot. I cannot eat such a disgusting stew. Get me some flour. Elisha sprinkled some of the flour that he got into the pot of stew and served some up for the sons of the prophets. Hey, this is not too bad. In fact, I like it. A man from Baal Shalishah came to Elisha with 20 loaves of barley and fresh ears of grain. Gehazi, give it to the men so they may eat. But Gehazi questioned how you could feed 100 men with what Elisha had. But Elisha said that they would eat and they would still have left over and be satisfied with what they had. And it was so.